Hello and welcome to another episode of Literary Gladiators, the show where we discuss and debate literature in all of its forms. If it's written work, it's game. Let's meet the panel.
I'm Ari.
Kayla.
Tara.
And I'm Josh. And what did you guys think about this past week's episode?
I thought it was good. It was nice to have a new Allie on for this episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Allie did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm really impressed that she's done so much, and she's only 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But it's great to have you back, Tara.
Yeah.
Yay, Tara's
And a new
back.
hair. Cut.
New haircut, and Tara also has a very polished resume as a pretty distinguished booktuber.
Did I get a haircut since the
No,
last
I'm like,
episode?
I only
think
have
might
like, 100 subscribers on you.
That's still...
And I have it's getting closer to 400 on Instagram.
Ooh.
Mhm.
It's slowly growing. And I'm glad it's going slow because it's people that have reading tastes as much as I do and what I'm looking for.
Like a solid community. Versus
Yeah, because
people who just
it's
follow
not the same people reading the same authors and only white male and white female. They're actually reading diverse and people who are LGBTQ+ reading and also a person of color on top of that too. So if someone is just all they are is reading one color of a skin tone, that says a lot. So I cut down a lot of people who follow, and people who start following me see like what I'm reading, and I'm getting quality and a better group of people, and it's broadening up my mind, and I'm getting recs from people of a different background than me that is a different color from me, and I'm getting better books, and I'm getting more of a broader experience.
You recently did that thing where it was 5 points if it's under TBR, 10 points
Yeah,
if...
and I messed up.
I gotta do
You
that
can see it.
myself, but I
You
do
can
have
see-
to mention...
You can see my mess up.
I
Sorry.
think if I'm gonna do that very soon, maybe hopefully by the time this episode's up, but it would be 5 points for TBR, 10 points if you've read, and 15 points if you gave it 5 stars, or if you gave it a good rating.
Yeah, I comboed it, and I put like 10. Some of it would say 20. It's supposed to be say 10, and I recycled a book by accident, so it's a mess. It's a messed up. But I'm gonna leave it messed up because I'm human and I want to show imperfect, and that's what we're doing on the internet.
It's postmodern.
It's too perfect. So I wanted to show like, hey, not everyone is perfect, and it's not gonna be like that. So expect chaos from me because I'm not perfect. Don't point
Nobody's
out.
perfect.
Don't point it out. I know, like I already know.
This season we are revisiting works that we've done in previous seasons, and this one was a very popular one that people wanted to revisit, that were taking part or were devoted fans to the show, and that is The Phantom Tollbooth by Norton Juster. This is Ari's favorite book of all time. He has said that I don't know how many times.
A lot.
And it was the season premiere of season 4.
It was my birthday.
Yes, it was your birthday episode of Literary Gladiators. We filmed it in my basement.
Mm-hmm.
And then we played with kittens a little bit later. I know you had left by that point, but I remember that session. It was one of my favorites.
Yeah. I think we also did The Stranger during that session, didn't we?
No, that was your very first. That was season 3.
Ah, okay.
That was. Cynthia was at that one too.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have a discussion starter for this?
I do, but you want to know something, Josh? I want to give one of the other lovely girls here a chance for the discussion starter, and I'll follow up on it.
No,
Okay.
I didn't think of one.
Because I have so much to say that I feel like I'm going to go on a tangent if I'm the one starting the discussion. So I want to see what you guys all to think about this book, because there's so much to talk about, and I don't even know where to begin.
I mean, I don't have a discussion, like a question, but I'm happy to start off and tell you my thoughts.
Absolutely. Go right ahead, Kaila.
I loved this. This was actually, believe it or not, my first time reading this book. I'm in my 30s. It was fantastic. I loved every second of this book. I thought it was so fun. I loved the clever plays on words. I loved how it, exemplified good values and morals for young kids. There was nothing I disliked about this.
No.
To me, this is a version of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and
Yes.
Through the Looking Glass,
Mhm.
but with more structure and direction, and I think that it was absurd. However, Norton Juster had there was clear method to his madness that he was willing to lay out, whereas with Lewis Carroll, you had to figure out what it was that made it absurd.
Yeah, it was much more clear with Norton Juster and Phantom Tollbooth, just in general. Like
Yeah.
the as Kaila mentioned, the play on words and all the lovely characters and just the whole thing
And
about
then-
a kingdom of numbers and a kingdom of letters.
Yeah.
And the characters were
And the-
perfectly fleshed out too.
And like the character names meant something. Like it wasn't just thrown out there like and it actually had a meaning to it. It had a lesson. It had morals in it, and those.
It's like the one book that I
so much
remember
fun.
literally just about every single character in the book. There's Milo, there's Talk, there's the Humbug, there's Dr. Discord and the Awful Din, there's the Soundkeeper, there's Alec Binks who can see through things, there's Chroma. I mean, I could go on and on with all the characters and what are they called? The Beasts.
Rhyme
Oh,
and Reason,
And it's
Aziz,
definitely
Rhyme and Reason as well.
Bridge,
Yeah.
And it's
Uh,
definitely
the
a
Terrible
really good book.
Trivium.
Math Magician.
And the Mathematician and King Azaz.
Yeah.
There's just so, and each, like Josh said, every character in this book is, I'm going to put this down before I hit someone, is fleshed out so beautifully. And there are concepts in here that you can read as a third grader, understand and like comprehend as like a middle schooler, and look back and be like, wow, this is amazing as an adult.
Yeah, I think it really does a good job of like,
It's massive.
I don't want to say dumbing down, but like simplifying big thoughts for little kids. You know?
The pinnacle of this is the reality versus illusion segment in the Forest of Sight. When you're in third grade, you're going to read that and you're going to be like, huh, reality, I guess, is real and illusions is not real. But then he's like, illusions look so much better than reality, and reality's just this blank place where everyone walks around and there's nothing, everything's invisible because they're all looking down at their feet. And then when you're an adult, you look back on it and like, wow, this is like a basic outline of life. That's basically when, and then the whole thing about like making comparisons with the fat man, the thin man, the giant,
Oh,
the
I
midget,
That's what I was
all being
gonna
the
say.
same
I thought that
person.
was so fun.
That was even that character was fleshed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just, this is an absolutely, I mean, there's a reason why it's my favorite book of all time, and I could go on for hours on it, but I only have a limited time. So, I'm going to let you guys kind of carry the discussion. I'm more going to comment on what I think about, because it could go on forever, Josh. You could go on forever.
I would say, I have a statement, and I want to see where you stand on it. If you agree,
All right.
disagree, if there's the fact
Fire
that
away.
this world is created for whomever the particular subject is.
It's implied that, yes.
That, for instance, this world was created for Milo in order for him to make
on the value of school.
or just on the values of life in general, and it provided him with that sense of epiphany because the way that it was structured was very much like that old school computer game that you feel so accomplished to succeed at.
I just want to read.
Florian Trail or that monster man.
Kind of like more like the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
Yeah.
Where you feel so, it was far more like an RPG, but the fact that he goes through this process, and as he's leaving, you start to see Aziz the Unabridged and the Math Magician arguing with one another,
Yeah, like,
and it's setting itself
Why?
up for something new.
I want to just read this one portion because it is so strong about what you're trying to talk about right now, and I think it's the letter at the end. Dear Milo, you have now completed your trip courtesy of the Phantom Tollbooth. We trust that everything has been satisfactory and hope you understand why we had to come and collect it. You see there are so many other boys and girls waiting to use it. It's true that there are many lands you've still to visit, some of which aren't even on the map, and wonderful things to see that no one has yet imagined. But we're quite sure that if you really want to, you'll find a way to reach them all by yourself. And I just think that's just... It's so open. It's so open. It's so you go on an adventure and your statement, how it's probably different for every child. Like,
every person.
You just imagine. It blows up the mind just thinking about that.
Because it could have been a single standing world or kingdom or just society that stands still and exists, which is kind of what Milo has in his head because he enjoyed it so much he can go back and have more adventures. However, the idea I have in my mind is that that's not what it is.
And I think the title of the book really tells it, because the Tollbooth is barely mentioned in the book. It's at the very beginning, it's at the very end. But the title of the book is The Phantom Tollbooth.
Like, this is what it delivers to you.
Yes, it's not quite talking about everything inside. It's talking about what it is as the title, which I think is more of a link to talking about, like what Kaila said. It's about the object in the title, but all the adventures you go on inside. Like, if it's different for everyone, like it says at the end. I mean, I wonder what my Tollbooth would have. I wonder what your Tollbooth would have.
I mean, it could have been called Milo's Adventures in Wonderland.
It could have been.
And then we all would have known Milo is in Wonderland. But all we know is Milo is in the Phantom Tollbooth, and the Phantom Tollbooth could be anything for anybody.
I'm glad he didn't go to Wonderland, though, because I think that Norton Juster was able to do so much more with taking maybe like a small outline of the idea, but making it his own.
Yeah,
because
I think he's a lot more concise than Lewis Carroll.
Because it starts with expectations, which is what are you looking to accomplish?
The weatherman.
And when he's not and when he doesn't have, when he still has that mentality, he goes down into the doldrums, which is basically for people that have no endeavors.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And then there's the word market, where you look for words and letters that you're trying to use to express yourself.
Mm-hmm. I think too, like,
and then the numbers mine. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
Yeah, I think Alice in Wonderland is a good comparison to this because they both have these like silly, fantastical, goofy elements. They both have these like lots of puns and plays on words. But I think this book does it in a way that makes so much more sense. Like, sometimes when you are reading Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, you find yourself wondering and asking, like, what am I reading right now? Like, what is going on here? But at no point during the Phantom Tollbooth do you not know what's going on.
Also, Phantom Tollbooth, and I don't know if you guys would agree with this, Phantom Tollbooth has more purpose than Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
There is clear from page 1
a lesson
when he goes into the Tollbooth. There's a lesson, a purpose. There's something. Every single individual thing that happens in this book teaches you something. Is a purpose for something. It is not just kind of like there, more like Lewis Carroll stuff.
I would still say I still have to say that Alice's Adventure. I think Lewis Carroll's world is. I would say that it's far more rewarding once you figure out what it is that he's getting at.
But like this does it right from the get-go.
But I think that the other difference is that I think the Phantom Tollbooth makes it has that structure that life does have meaning. With Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, I think the idea is that life is meaningless.
I think that's a really interesting point to bring up. That they offer such different lessons in such similar ways. That's a really, really good point to bring up, Josh.
I was going to say, like, a lot of times I'll read this book mostly when I feel like I need a reminder of something. That's usually when I read the book. I usually read it like once a year, actually, and it's usually around the time where I'm like, you know what? I don't know where my direction is right now. Let me read Phantom Tollbooth, see if...
I'm glad that I reread. I'm glad that I reread it. I think I wanted to show you something. If you saw it on my you may have seen it on my Instagram.
But I honestly think this is.
I think you'd like it, and I'll share it
really
with
good
the people as well.
to reread. It's a definitely a reread type of book. I would actually want to own this and read it physically with no audiobook and just physically read it.
Yeah, this is a physical reading book for sure.
Yeah,
But I really enjoyed it. Like,
And the audiobook's good
listening.
too.
Yeah, I really
Audiobook,
enjoyed the
and
audiobook.
and the audiobook person was amazing.
Yes, yeah.
That's me starting to read the book at the window of Upcycle Fitness. with
Oh, yeah, I remember you brought it with you. when you
Downtown
came to see me.
Collingswood
Yeah.
in the background.
And then, of course, it was made into a movie, too. I don't know if you've seen the movie.
No.
Yeah, with
Butch
I feel like
Patrick.
the movie
Butch
could
Patrick,
never
yeah.
do
From The
this
Munsters.
justice.
It doesn't quite, because it's missing a couple of things, but honestly, it does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
It starts out being live action, and as soon as he goes in the Tollbooth, it's animated.
Oh, good. Okay, that makes sense. I think, too, like, you know, like I said, this is the first time I read this book. I'm in my 30s. So, like, I don't think it would be the same for me as had I read it as a kid. But as a parent who's, like, very excited to get her kid into reading, this is absolutely going to be the first chapter book I introduce to Nolan. Like, I cannot wait for a couple years from now when I can read that to him at night, because I think it holds so much value and so much fun.
I think it's a good idea. I think
Yeah.
Nolan would enjoy it.
I am currently trying my best, although it's really difficult just because of the situation of library. I'm trying to get as many 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders to read this book, and even middle schoolers to read this book. I put it on my recommendeds. I have a little shelf of recommended books. I put it there frequently, not all the time, but frequently I do. And I'll suggest it. I suggested it to a kid the other day, and she almost took it with her, but then decided on Keeper at the Lost Cities at the last
Oh,
second.
that's so good though. That one's a good one.
I know. I was like,
I think-
but it is wonderful for all ages. It's a very accessible book, and I mean, as long as you're at a reading comprehension level where you can comprehend what you're reading, this is perfect for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a demographic that would not enjoy this book. I can't really think of one off the top of my head.
I like the way that they approached each. I like how jumping to conclusions.
The jumping, it's a literal jumping
Yeah.
to conclusions.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
island of conclusions.
Yes.
That part
It
kind of.
can be.
And
I was
I felt a little called out.
I was called out and I was giggling at it because and I was like, why am I
And-
laughing? And I'm like, that's why you're laughing.
and the Mountains of Ignorance.
Mountains of Ignorance.
Yeah.
That one guy, the
bird.
Oh, the bird. Oh, yeah. that-
Weight 34 pounds. I love that. That's one of my favorite lines. In all
Then
the
the who's the one that does the you trying to get the sand with the.
That's the terrible trivia.
With
With the useless demon of petty tasks and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much. There are.
And then the census taker.
there's
He's like name, address, what color were you wearing today?
Yeah.
I need to know all this useless information.
Oh, and actually abiding by the senses too.
Yeah.
And just when you go to the Mountains of Ignorance, I do see that reflections of that. And I see reflections of a lot of that in the Structure and Society. Another thing that I thought about was while it isn't really a book about feminism, it is interesting that because of the time that it's written, I think that Norton Juster has that idea that it gives voice to women.
Oh, because it was rhyme and reason.
Between rhyme and reason,
And also
The reason.
the sound,
the witch.
Yeah.
Also.
I
The
think
witch
that's
and
my
the
only
pri- and-
critique of the book, is there aren't very
The
many
soundkeeper.
female characters in it. I think it could stand to do with a few more.
but I think that the female characters that were in it carried a lot of meaning and
Yeah, I
importance.
agree.
Yes, I agree.
I like the one in the woman witch in the prison,
Mhm.
the one
The
that
WHICH.
Yeah.
yeah, the witch, yeah, and how the officer is good at putting them in there. He just doesn't mind to keep them in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, it was
It's
6
funny.
million years. Yeah, in the movie, he's like on this little kind of unicycle, and he just goes around. He's like guilty, 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 guilty. Oh, I've never seen anyone so guilty.
But the soundkeeper, she's the one.
Soundkeeper.
Yeah, I thought that she.
I think I mean, it's hard. There are so many things that are my favorite in this book. Oh my god, the Valley of Sound is a very striking part, quite literally, if you think about it. But I like how it comes after After? Yes, after Discord and Den.
Yes.
I think if you switch them around, it doesn't work as well.
He was a very outside of the box. Both of them were outside the box characters.
But it's a shame that with the movie, the runtime cuts the Forest of Sight and Valley of Sound just because, except for the Colorful Symphony, that's still in there and him messing up. But I mean, like Kaila said, you can only put so much into a movie. Otherwise, it wouldn't be really for kids. It would be like 3 hours or something, and you just can't do that. But the Forest of Sight, the Valley of Sound, those two are like probably my favorite parts of the book. If I really had to nail down a favorite, it would probably be the Forest of Sight. Just the whole thing with reality, like I mentioned, with reality illusions, the whole thing with the giant and the midget and the stuff like that. Now with Bings, you can see through things, and he's growing down instead of growing up. Like, it's all in how you look at things, and I just
Yes.
it really is.
I think that the overlying
And talk.
message
I love
is
talk.
probably
Talk
my
is
favorite.
talk is
I
talk
love
is God.
talk.
Talk is the goat.
Yeah.
Get it? Greatest of all time.
Okay.
Talk.
And he's Talk who ticks, and his
And
brother
his brother is
Tick.
Tick, who goes talk. Yeah. The whole story.
That was fun.
A lot of opposites in this book. I think if you're a fan of like
Irony.
irony,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah.
like this book.
Yeah.
That's like in real like Greenland and Iceland.
Oh yeah, that's true.
True.
Yeah.
And, but was there anybody else anyone wanted to say or bring up?
There's a lot of things I want to say, but there's also a time limit. So
Okay.
I just really liked it.
Do we have any final thoughts?
read this book. I know you. This may be the first time. First of all, go back and watch the season 4. If you are a big Literary Gladiators fan and can go to the channel and find the season 4 playlist and find this discussion, because this is just touching the surface of this book. 2 discussions is probably not even enough to get everything from this book understood and comprehended and explained. But the best way is for you, the viewer, to read The Phantom Tollbooth. There are many different editions. I have the 50th anniversary edition, which came out in 2011. Josh, I think, has the original version, and I even have an older version at my house. This is a book that you absolutely want to read. You want to show to your kids, because your kids are going to enjoy it as well. Whether they're your own kids or in a school, whatever. Just, this is a book that is for all ages. It's accessible to everyone, and it teaches a lesson in a way that's fun and not like... It's not as direct as some teaching methods.
Like right and nail.
Yeah.
There's no dismissing doing this a third time, because the 16th place book, we're doing 15 revisitations. 16th place was Mouse, which we had already revisited. We would have gone over a third time. And what do you guys think about the revisiting?
I think
it's
I think it's really good because, like, even if you read it again, when you read it before and read it again, you pick up what you missed last time, or you depending on when you read it, you might have be in a different place in your lifetime than you were when you read it the last time, so you might take it a different way.
And when we did Phantom Tollbooth the first time, it was after 2011 for sure.
It was 2015.
It was 2015. So that was 10 years ago, just about 10 years ago now.
Exactly 10 years ago.
Things change in 10 years. It's not, I mean, not so much with this book, but like with our previous episode, The Shallows, things change over a long period of time.
Yes.
And it's good to revisit things because then you can look at it in a different light. We're different ages, we're different maturity levels, we're different people, I could almost say. And it's just good to look at things through different sets of glasses, so to speak, from different parts of our lives.
We can get your response to the setup of the season, Kaila.
I think it's a good idea. I think it gives people who didn't participate previously a chance to participate, so you get some new perspectives, you get some new ears and eyes on works. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and you it was the last time it was myself and Ari. It was Morgan, who I went to college with, and Charlie.
Before we go too much into final thoughts, I do want to see what everyone's favorite part was of the book. Or if you have multiple, that's fine too, but I kind of already said mine.
I like the illusion one.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's so me. sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to see what's going on in my life, like, especially what's going on now in the world right now. But that's one of my favorite. And the mountains, too.
Mountains of Ignorance, yeah.
I would say that, yeah, I think the Mountains of Ignorance was the one that, I think just the overlying, just all the aspects in general is what my favorite is, just what, how it can be connected to our world. That's probably my favorite overlying part, but if you're asking about a specific part, I think that the Mountains of Ignorance and the way that it was depicted was the part that really stuck out to me.
What about you?
I think my favorite parts were Dictionopolis, because somebody who's based on words at her heart, I loved the idea of, like, having to buy the words that we use. I just thought that was so
And the speeches.
Yeah, and the Symphony of Sound, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
I loved the
colorful orchestra. Yeah.
Yes, I loved the, like, imagery of that, of the sun just, like, rising, like, the days just flying by so quickly. I thought it was so fun.
That's the one part of this where you probably should see the movie part of it, because the piece they use for that is beautiful. Like,
yeah.
If you're a music person, obviously it gets interrupted halfway through, but
that part of the book was so cool, because, like, I was just visioning this in my head while listening to this.
Yeah.
And it was like, this book just put me in the book.
Yeah, it's really
like,
full of, like, beautiful imagery. You
yes.
can really see exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there are these kind of, like, highbrow concepts that don't really have, like, a body, he describes them so well that you can imagine it really well.
And just to quote the movie, because there's one song in the movie that encompasses the whole book, and that is, "Time is a gift given to you, given to give you the time you need to have the time of your life." That's the song.
I just got chills. Look at goosebumps, literally.
Pretty impactful.
Very much so.
Actually, lyrics already. How would we rate this? 0 to 5 stars, half stars permitted, and we're going to start with Kaila.
5 stars. I loved this. This was fun.
I'm between a high 4 star and a 5 star, because we can't have 0.75, so that's how I'm describing it.
Initially, I gave this a 4-star rating. I'm going to bump this up to 4.5.
Woo!
And it's just, I think that it had a lot more. Reading it the second time around, I really saw a great deal of benefit. I was very much immersed. I finished it in 3 days. Really zipped through it when I was, or I really got a good chunk of it when I started reading it.
It's just so, you just can get through it.
It's quick.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's quick, and it's easy to get into, but yet it's so immersing.
And needless to say, I give it 5 stars too. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, it's one of those books that I actually was reading.
Was there more things you wanted to say?
No, I think for this episode, I am good.
Okay. And probably if
Good
we ever
pick.
go over this again, there's probably going to be a lot more to say.
Absolutely.
A lot more to evaluate.
And if I do it again, read it again, it's gonna be physically, and I'm gonna have a different experience.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it's your call whether you want to get the 50th anniversary edition, which is a little more expensive but does have more content in it, like a foreword and afterword, and I think Gene Birdsall, Michael Chabon, Suzanne Collins, Philip Pullman, Mo Williams, they're all
big
Mo
names
Williams.
there.
Yeah, they all have right in there in the 50th anniversary edition. Or if you're just looking for the story, you can get Josh's version, which is the version you'll probably find in bookstores. This one you might have to find on Amazon these days, because I think it was just limited release, if I remember correctly. But you may find it in a bookstore too. Who knows?
Alrighty then.
Half-price books.
Be sure to join us next time on another episode of Literary Gladiators. For now, keep reading.
Keep reading.